back in Quest of Dungeons, floor 4 of 7. Killing everything with the tap of a button. One of the appeals of roguelikes, if you ask me, and, I think if you ask a lot of players, but one of the appeals that I find most non-roguelike players just can't wrap their head around. Let's see what this is first. A heavy shield. I think it's plus 10 defense for what we got. Let's use it. That heavy shield instead of that heavy shield. Is the permadeath. The fact that a game should be hard. You want it to be challenging. The point of having procedural generation, of course, is that the only reason to have procedural generation is that you're going to play the game multiple times, right? If you're only going to play it through once, let's say you play a roguelike and you beat it on the first try, then the fact that it had procedural generation is moot. It doesn't matter. It could have been scripted. It wouldn't make a difference because... Oh, that was interesting. Let's try being him. He's asleep, allegedly. Let's try... pierce skin. Oh, he hurt the fuck out of him. Let's try steal. We didn't get anything. Let's just A him. Alright, he's dead. I think he was just a boss. Just a boss. Didn't get any gear out of him. There you go. What you just saw right there. That had my attention. You know, there was a threat of death. It wasn't a serious threat. I obviously didn't die. But it made the game fun for a second, where I was like, okay, there's a possibility I could die. Therefore, I'm engaged and interested. What I'm finding this game often lacks, and this is not my sole criticism against it, but that is one of the things I find it lacks, is any real credible threat of death. If we're playing on the hard difficulty, I should have hit a few places where I was going to die by now. Admittedly, early on, it took me by surprise. It was tougher than I expected, but it hasn't really threatened me in a while. You know, compare and contrast that with a lot of the roguelikes we play on this channel, and you'll see that's just not the case. You can be on level 1 and meet something that's just, like, terrifying. Or level 6 or whatever, you know. But if we're gonna, we still have a new guy to kill. Also, the text here is always the same. We could have taken some time to vary up the text instead of just he may not look he's very strong, blah blah blah. We're looking in the center and or the north. It's early here, and I'm forgetting if I've completed my thoughts. I'm sure I have. I'm sure I've beaten this horse to death, but I'm going to continue it anyway, because what else am I going to talk about? And it's on my mind. So yeah, the reason you want procedural generation is because your game is hard enough that it's going to kill the players a lot, and they're going to have to play it a lot to win. That's the point. A lot of non-roguelikers don't get that, and because they don't get that, and not everybody's a rogueliker, these people here, for instance, are selling a game to a commercial audience. Bullseye, okay. Learned a new skill. Hey, got a new powerful gun. That's the same. Damn it. Alright, we'll sell it later, hopefully. What is this, a helmet? Our first hat since the one we found earlier? Or bought earlier? Here we go, it's a massively better hat. And I think that's one of the problems that happens with the commercial roguelike, is that they realize they want to reach the widest possible audience. When you're making a free roguelike, I mean, I can speak as somebody who's made a free roguelike, Caverns of Zescasian 2. Obviously, I like it when people play it. I want people to play it. I want people to enjoy it because it's been for me 25 years of work, or 24 years of work at this point. And you want to know that you're creating art. You want to know that your art is appreciated, I guess. But that's it. If people don't like something about the game, or for that matter, frankly, if literally everybody said, "No, I hate this game, I'm never gonna play it," I would still be working on it because I like the game and I'm playing it, I'm making it for that purpose. And I know that I know from practical fact that a lot of people like it, and I know that it will appeal to roguelikers who understand what a roguelike's about. When you make a commercial product, of course, your intention, your primary intention, is to make money. You suddenly, your goal has to be to sell to the widest possible audience, and you can't make a game where, you know, a lot of players, when they hear permadeath, they blanch because they're not used to it. In a modern game, it just wouldn't happen. In most modern commercial games, there's no such thing as permadeath. And so they're not used to it, and they instinctively think it must be a bad system. They can't envision the joy of playing the same game over and over again for years or decades. In the case of something like Angband or Moria or NetHack or something, you might literally play for 20 or 30 years. Like, I killed that guy with a few taps of A. And not win, you know what I mean? And just, you could make it literally part of your life's goal. It could be a life. People often talk about not just roguelikes, but specific roguelikes as being a lifestyle instead of a game choice. But yeah, if you're making a commercial product, you have to think, well, I need to sell to those players who aren't... He's asleep. Who aren't necessarily in I can't do this from here. Let's put on extra aim. Let's fire. I woke him up, apparently. Have we used this yet? Too far away. He has to be right next to us for that one. What does this stuff do? Trap. Just try it. Can't set a trap here. Why not? Can't do it here either. That makes no sense to me. Alright, well, fuck you. I won't do it then. Bullseye. Oh, one hit. Alright. So I think that's why you'll find a lot of commercial roguelikes are a lot easier than free roguelikes. And again, to emphasize, the difficulty is the point. You want to lose. You want to lose a lot. Or else why do you have procedural generation in your game in the first place? If you are a commercial roguelike developer, hear me. Understand the purpose of what you're doing. I rail against capitalism a lot. I'm not a fan of the concept. I'm not a fan of the concept of currency. I think it incentivizes people in the wrong way. With any company, no matter what product you're making, given we live in a world that has currency and has capitalism and it has a requirement for currency to survive, I understand that you need to make money if you're making a product. If you're going to invest your time into something other than a hobby, obviously making money is important. I know that as well as somebody who works for a living and who acts for a living, and I expect to be paid when I'm on set. But that said, that's not why I got into the job. I didn't get into acting to say because here's the best way to make money. It's one of the worst ways to make money, frankly. I got into it because I enjoy what I do, and obviously whenever I'm working, I want to do the best I can. I want to practice my art in the best way I can. I think that should be true of game designers. That should be true of auto designers. It should be true of architects. It should be true of, as surgeons, I guess you want to do the best you can, but I mean, anything where you're creating anything that has any sort of artistic sensibilities, or even not, even if you're doing scientific sensibilities, doesn't matter. I guess anything you're creating, your goal should be to create the best product you can, and still make a profit, but that's it. Just make the best product you can. Making the most money is a secondary, kind of who cares thing, if you ask me. There you go. There's my anti-capitalist rant this morning. What was I, those guys stole from us. That's kind of cool. Minor ability. Worth noting. I've mentioned I'm not a huge fan of this game. That said, I wish I had played a different class for you to see. Because I assure you, this is even... I mentioned how easy the game was on normal. Even on hard, this is infinitely easier than those were. And I found it way too easy before. This is now just kind of absurdly easy. So I wish I could showcase something else for the game, because although I'm not a fan and I don't recommend buying it, at least on Steam, it is better than this particular run-through is showcasing. That's it. Got some keys, yo. We still have crap we gotta do here. North position, floor 4. I mean, I could deliberately make the game harder by diving early, but I've given my thoughts on that in other videos, that the goal of the player always has to be to win the game. The goal of the designer has to make sure that provided a player is following the optimal path to win the game, that is also the most fun path. So I'm not going to deliberately fuck up my tactics. I'm not going to play poorly to try and make the game challenging. That defeats the purpose of trying to play, where you're trying to play to your best ability. Inventory is full. Do we know where this damn guy is? Let's go over and sell him some shit. I can step on that trap 10 times to make the game harder, but that's not good game design. I mean, it may well happen yet that if anything is less than 25 now for healing. One moment, I just don't want to sell the wrong thing. You don't have anything I want. Whoops. I don't quite know how to get up there. Do I go through the back door of the merchant's place? How do I get up there? Was there a back door? I just overlooked it. No, there's no way out of here. There are no secret doors as far as I know. I very much enjoyed the Dark Souls series of games, because they did understand that difficulty equals good. You know, deadly equals good. Deadly, but winnable, of course. I don't mean... I don't mean, you know, impossible to win. But... you know, a Dark Souls that was randomized, a Dark Souls roguelike. There is a Dark Souls roguelike, by the way. We'll get to it eventually. It's called Rogue Souls, maybe? I forget. I've played it before. It's kind of fun, actually. I don't think it was completed, but it was fun. But I mean, if the makers of Dark Souls made their game, but it was different every time you played, and it had permadeath or something, that would be maybe too challenging if it was as challenging as Dark Souls was. Maybe if it didn't even have permadeath, if you just made it different every time. That'd be kind of cool. There's definitely grave consequences for dying in that game. But yeah, the one thing that I didn't like about the Dark Souls is that it gets very repetitive. You end up running in circles, killing the same monsters over and over again to level up and blah blah blah. A lot of grinding. Cracked bell at the center. Animo at the north. Where are you, Animo? Anemo. Anemo acid. Where the fuck are you? Don't make me look for you. It's only gonna be worse for you. Here we go. Probably. Let's make him asleep. Let's go here. Create a trap, I think. Let's just see if we can. Do you have to have like a wide clearance around it? Can't set a trap here. Like, what the fuck's the purpose of this goddamn ability? Instead, let's just get distance. And let's switch over to... Can I do that from this range? That wasn't great. Switch over to illusions. And then we'll just shoot at him. Alright. Again, you had my attention for a second. It was like, okay, that first shot didn't really hurt him. That's interesting. Maybe this could be scary. Oh, no, it's not scary. We're going center position for a fucking bell. Ugh. I especially hate the ones that say center because it's like, well, define. At least east, I can go to like the easternmost edge of the map, but oh fuck. Oh, I disabled them apparently. Maybe that's an assassin thing? This is not center. This is central-ish. Ish. But there ain't nothing here. I'm gonna give up on it soon. It's not really mandatory that I find it. It would maximize our chances of winning, but I'm not feeling terribly worried about that at the moment. There we go. Alright. Let's go over to the guy. We're not that far. Sell some shit, and then go down. Sell. I don't care about that potion. Keep in the milk because calcium is important. Although in real life I drink almond milk because cow milk has some problems for human consumption. Although almond milk is not good for the environment. Almond growth is not good for the environment. Welcome to floor 5 of 7. Let's get through this level and then we'll call it quits and then we'll make the next video the last 2 levels. Look at this, one-shotting the level 5 monsters. Yeah. I am a god. What the hell? What did I find? Bunch of shit. tempted to just go down. I'm not going to do it, though. Like I said, it's not my... The onus isn't on me to make this fun. It's on you, people who designed this. Do we have what it takes? Assume we do. Open that. Do we get extra gold, allegedly? Alright. Better body armor. One up a level. You can see I've grown so used to kicking the shit out of everything I meet. I'm almost contemptuous of it, and I'm just kind of rushing around. That could yet lead to my demise if I'm just getting terribly sloppy and I run into a boss or something, like this guy. I doubt it. I think it'll be fine. Let's put him to sleep first. Let's switch to steel. Let's walk up to him. Steal from him. I stole a small sigil bow whirl. Got this bow from him, which is shit. Let's go as far south as we can and still have him on the view screen. Now let's switch to some other thing like bullseye. Now let's shoot to extra aim or something. Yeah. Dead. Try to get my bearings to get back linked up to where I was before. There we go. Just deliberately summoning the monsters to get extra experience. They're not a threat, so why not? Alright, save me some time, thank you. Might as well hit it, I'm not going to come back this way. Extra defense isn't particularly critical for our character, since monsters very seldom get close enough to hurt us. You think I'll automatically disarm it? Yeah. Maybe not automatically, but I will disarm it. Usually in the past too with other playthroughs, like I've had to actually sell stuff. I've had to, or buy stuff. I've had to avail myself of, oh, I need better armor. I need better blah blah. I can't believe how easy this is proving. It's a little insane. We don't know the merchant is yet, do we? Get rid of some of our healing shit. There he is. Inventory. Alright, what do you got? Do you have anything so awesome it makes me pass out? If we had enough money, we could get that. That's it. It's literally all you have that is even of passing minimal interest to me. Must be an assassin thing. Any other character I had who stepped on that would have got hurt. Huh. Stairs down. Kill Novtrar. He may not look it. Really? Northeast. Alright. Keep an eye out for him. Ooh, disturbs my slump. Was that him? No, it couldn't have been him. It would have given us a quest thing. Got a key out of him, though. Leveled up. Damn it. Hope he's not in there. If he's in there, we're not getting him. That's northeast. I don't think this dude sold any Doom keys, so I'm gonna check over here just in case. Nope. Alright, he's either behind that door or... I don't know. I don't have an ore. He must be behind that door. Again, not the biggest deal in the world. It was just like some extra experience if we kill him. And extra gold, although we haven't found we haven't bought anything, have we? Just have my hat. We bought one hat early on. Expense of our purchasing. Our consumerism ends there. Killed another dude, southwest. Another thing give me a second. Another thing I find, and admittedly I'm coming at this with caverns in mind. I mean, this is my own work that I've done, but I find it very lazy design. We see there was a tombstone in here, there was a desk, there was a barrel, there's a statue, there's a pot. All of them do the same thing. You bump into them and maybe they drop shit. That's it. Nothing else about it. They're all just containers. It's just random. They're different graphics, but they're all the same. I wouldn't tolerate that shit in caverns. If there's a different thing, it does something different. There's hundreds and hundreds of different terrain types, and every single one of them is unique. They might do something similar to something else, but it will always be unique, and it will always spell out what the difference is. Find a skull of grunt. East. Bored of looking for shit. Let me go east here. This is east. No? Let's go further east. How do we get further east? Skull of grunt. What does it mean, grunt from Mass Effect? There it is. Sorry you died, grunt. And also, I mean, there's only, again, this in argument against the variation. It's nice that they have the quests. I like the fact that the quest system exists, but there's only 2 quests: kill this or find this. Kill this boss or find this thing. The text is always the same, and the reward's always the same. Literally, if you're on a level completing a quest, it always gives you a specific amount of XP and a specific amount of gold based on the level you're on when you do it. Is that it? Are we done? No, we gotta kill somebody else yet. We probably won't be able to get, unless we find a Doom Key, we can't get the one guy, but we can get the Southwest dude. Maybe. Oh. Oh, the boss guy. Actually, I don't even know if that is him. Let's find out. If it is, it doesn't matter. Because my casual attack is plentifully difficult, or plentifully damaging. We didn't get a Doom Key, did we? Nope, let's go down the first staircase we can find. Or go to the dude and sell shit first. Where's he at? Let's go over there first. And we'll call it quits right after this. We'll do one last video to end the game. Wrong way. And what I assume will be victory. On hard. Quote, hard, unquote. Hang on, how's that? Near stairs equals southish and westish. Come on. Repetitive music gets to me too. Again, Caverns is a free roguelike. We got 11 songs in there. It's got like 3 in here, I think. And this costs money. Our hero keeps getting stronger, but will he make it? Yeah, he will. I'm pretty sure. Unless you have some unbelievable trick up your sleeve, he's going to make it casually. Hello. Whatever I just found, you can have. Here's a Doom Key. I'm not going to go back up and get that. Oh, he's going. Let's buy it. Buy his keys. I'm not going to go back up and get that thing. What do I give a shit? Hearing a noise outside just now. It sounded like a dog crying. I hope it's not. Not sure what that was. Oh, I was supposed to save it, aren't I? Sorry, guys. I forget. I'll be back with another video shortly.